This video is about what to expect when you come to the vets and how to help your pet be prepared for that visit. We all know that the consult room doors can be a scary place for them to walk through. They may have had previous experiences in there that lead them to be a bit fearful or a bit anxious. The other one we've got is the weighing scales. So generally when you come into the vet, you'll be greeted at reception, we'll check you in and we'll ask you to weigh your pet. From early on, we need to get your pet to experience this in a nice way. And thankfully, most of our pets here are used to going on the scales. You can see Phoenix here demonstrating. Now, every time she's come in and weighed herself, she's received a treat. So high value treats, whatever your pet likes. Fortunately for me, my dog would eat a cucumber if I offered it to her. But from early on, she was taught every time she steps on the scales, she gets a treat. It's all about positive reinforcement. So I'll show you that again with her off the scales. Yes, come. Good girl. You want a treat? Come on in. Lots of treats on the scales. When they arrive, make it a really friendly place. This doesn't happen overnight. We've been working on this with Phoenix for a while, and now she knows it's a good thing to have. Next, we're going to get in the consult. Leave the door open. If your pet's already fearful of the consult room door, leave it open. So you can try a few things. You can throw treats in and keep throwing them. They want to know that this is a nice, happy place to be. Cover the floor in treats. You can always just lead walk them in, but please give them a treat when they get in so that they know it's a safe and happy place. Shall we go? Let's go in. Good girl. Sit. Once they're comfortable, slowly close the door and don't draw attention to it. What's this? Good girl. And we're ready to start our consultation. Good girl. During a consultation, there's going to be a few things that we need to use in order to examine your pet. So the first one is a stethoscope. Now, these are obviously expensive stethoscopes. We need high quality ones to do our job well, but you can get from home on the internet or a toy shop even, really, really cheap versions of these just to get your pet used to them. Now, Phoenix, being a vet's dog, is not having her chest examined very often, so I will demonstrate how we train her to do so. Phoenix, come. Good girl. Sit. Good girl. What's this? Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. Now you can see she doesn't like that when a side touches the side of her chest. It's strange to her. So persevere as long as it's comfortable for them. Good girl. You can place it just along the side of the chest, both sides, and get your pet used to having that done. You're such a good girl. Good girl. Slobbery, but good. Okay. The next thing we might want to do is examine the face. Incredibly uncomfortable for a pet. They don't want you touching their face. So you're going to need, and hopefully you can see this, to lift the gums. Good girl! Because we often use the gum and the gum color to check the health of your pet. It can indicate problems like anemia, cardiac disease, shock, hydration status. Really important. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. It's going to take time. They don't enjoy it. You can tell she doesn't like me lifting her lips. Good girl. What a good girl. We also need to check the teeth. So, really important. Good girl. These things we won't do on a routine inspection, but if we need to look in the eyes, we'd be using something like this. And if we want to look in the ears, something like this. It's not comfortable for them. So again, get them used to having things in their eyes and ears. Don't use these at home. But what you can do is just pop a finger into the ear canal. It's a bit disgusting, I'm very sorry. Play with the ears and get them used to that feeling. Good girl. Lots and lots of treats. The same with the eyes. If we ever need to look in their eyes, we're going to want to hold the muzzle. Good girl. Good girl. And look in the eyes. Good girl. So get them used to that. Good girl. Okay, we're going to feel the tummy but we usually get away with that. And the way we get away with it is pretending it's a cuddle. Coming in, good girl. Good girl. Get your pet used to this. It's very exciting for her. Good girl. You're such a good girl. Good girl. Good girl. And the last one I wanted to show you is the nail clipping. I've never met a pet that actually enjoys this, but I would like to meet more pets that are not fearful of it, at least. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to have a paw. Good girl. I'm going to play with her toes. Phoenix, we found a big treat. Yeah. Phoenix, come. You can even start by just stroking the paws on the floor, get them used to handling. Good girl. Can we do a nail clip? Can we do one? Don't clip the first time, just introduce them and take them away. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. Never clip for the first time. When your pet's used to that, you can progress to clipping the nails. Here's come. Here's come. Good girl. Sit. Paw. Good girl. Show them the treat. Can I clip? Good girl. Come, come. Good girl. Lots of praise, lots of treats. Find whatever drives your pet. So if you can practice all of those things at home, lifting the lips, playing with the teeth, the gums, playing with the tummy, cheap little stethoscope, pop it on the side of the chest, both sides and underneath, which is where we would be putting them, and get them, used to being handled. A small dog's going to want to go on a table when they come in. So if you've got a table at home, again, you could get a blanket that signifies you're going on the table, and then create a safe space for them. Put the blanket on the table, feed them treats, give them love, give them praise. Then put the blanket on the table, give them praise after touching something that we might want to do in the consultation. All of these things will help. And if you've got a nice friendly vet like we have here, you can come in and you can do that at the clinic without us doing anything to your pet. We call them happy visits. Good girl. So we like to have the pets come in when we're not having to do anything to them, so that they gain trust with us and they're not scared of the room. And it creates a much better friendship between us, yourselves and your pet, and some trust and some faith that we're not going to hurt them. Because the last thing we want is a stressed pet. She's very unstressed. Send me a message if you'd like any more information.